So I'll admit it, when it comes to My Hero Academia, I'm a little late to the game. I had a buddy telling me for years to check it out because he knew I liked Dragon Ball. He was like, dude, if you like Dragon Ball, you will love My Hero. And after binge watching every season this summer, I realized I missed out on a ton of action figure releases, especially from Revoltech. But luckily for me, it's perfect timing because they just reissued this Izuku Midoriya, and that's what we're taking a look at today. Let's jump on in. So this new packaging is a lot different than that first release of Izuku. As you can see here, it's a lot more of that comic book anime type of box release, which is awesome, but in order for them to re-release it, they got to do something a little bit different. So we got that updated Revoltech amazing Yamaguchi box artwork, nice screen here, image of the figure. Side of the box, we get a couple images of the figure right here. Looks like we get a couple faceplates and some effects. Can't wait to check that out. Back of the box, we get some images of what we got inside, looking at these different poses. Now what Revoltech is great at is the articulation. Looks like we're gonna get some good articulation from all these poses. Looks like we get some cool effects and a lot to look at a little bit closer once we open up this box. But let's take a look at the bottom of the box. We get an image of the figure there. We get that My Hero Academia up top. Down below, some QR codes we can scan. Go ahead and scan them and you can tell me what they say because I'm not gonna do it. But that's enough of that. I'm ready to see if this re-release is a good release or not. I'm ready to open up this box. So in order to do that, I need you to say those two magic words.
Oh, baby.
So here we have everything outside of the packaging, bunch of effects and stuff. We even have a baggie of secret stuff in here to take a look at it a little bit later. We get some instructions showing us how to change out hands and a couple of the accessories and the face plates and the eyes, and this is a lot of stuff. I did get a Japanese release, so like it's all characters on here, so I can Google translate it. I could try to use the pictures. I hope I don't break another Revoltech figure. If you've seen any of my other My Hero Academia reviews, those are only Revoltech figures I have, and I've broken each and every one of them. I'm hoping this is different because it's a re-release. Please. We get this faceplate here with him looking to the side, kind of an open mouth on there. Decent detail on there, very anime-ish. I mean, Izuku makes a bunch of different faces. We also get this grinning face. Nice work on the eyes that are here, the mouth. Even got a couple freckles here on the side of his face. And the figure itself comes with somewhat of a kind of angry face that's on there, kind of stern, ready to go. Nice detail on the hair. It's that nice green. You get the spikes that are all around there. Looking really awesome. You get some articulation in his head. He looks up this much, looks down a lot. Look at that. Look at that neck work. So you're gonna have some fun posing with this guy. It does this weird like neck thing. If you can see how much gap is right there, which adds to the articulation. So if you pose it right, like you can't see that. So it's allowing him to look up a ton. But the detail on the body is actually fairly nice. We get his mask here. As you can see in this photo, it's a mask that goes over his face. Unfortunately, it doesn't go over his face here. You can kind of put it down if you want that on him. You also get his mask that he never wears. He's worn it like once or twice maybe. Looks like this version of the suit is the Gamma version of the suit. Throughout the show, he's had different iterations of suits. Along in Hero Academia, there's people who are just good at tech, and so they create a lot of tech. And throughout the series, his suit gets a lot of tech upgrades, helping him to understand his quirk, aka his powers. So this is really where he kind of stepped up a little bit in his game. He started using some kicks and different stuff like that. So hopefully the articulation on here is going to be great, so we can get some of those kick and actions in there. But the plastic on here seems really good, seems really durable. I think with some of my other Revoltech figures, it seemed a little bit more flimsy on the plastic. I'm hoping that's not the case on this. I'm hoping it lasts and doesn't break. Please don't let it break. Nice detail on the belt. I mean, this is kind of dumb. If you can see here, it has some of the like stamps and stuff on here on the belt, and I hate when they do that. I hate when they put like their stamps or whatever copyright stuff they put on the actual figure like that. I mean, that kind of sucks. And really, this is one of those figures that once you have it in hand, it really pops. It looks a lot better than it does in the promo photos. It's Revoltech, so the articulation is going to be great. The bending down is going to be great. The leg action's going to be awesome. The splits, a lot of splits, a lot of movement and range in the arms. I mean, you get a full 360 out of these arms, so we're gonna get a lot of fun poses out of this. I would have loved if this mask came off and went over his face, or even if we got a head sculpt where the mask was on. I don't know if there's any custom people out there. Please somebody make that, please. With Revoltech, you do get some pegs on here. Unfortunately, that's the only way we get those effects in there, and there is still some plastic on here. There was a ton of plastic when this thing came out of the box, but nice detail on these shoes. shoes, on these boots, even for the tread of the boots. Like visually, this is an awesome figure. Let's take a look at some of the effects and get back to work. Because effect wise, we get all these little green effects that are on here, which is gonna be, I don't remember what that quirk is called. Basically him powering up. Very awesome effects that we're gonna be able to put into all these little slots and these peg holes. Now, usually this is when I end up breaking something, is putting all the effects. So hopefully they go in and they work the way they're supposed to. It looks like they peg in pretty nicely. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through all this, so. There we have all the effects on him. Now there's a bunch of different peg holes. There's peg holes in the bottom of the feet here, the back of the ankles, the back of the tricep that's right here. He has some peg holes in the hand, and I think that's it. I think I got all of them. I got a couple of extra here, and I don't know if these extra, just in case you break something. If I'm missing something, I'll figure it out later, I'm sure. One thing I am missing is this extra little hair sculpt, but you get nice detail on this hair sculpt, some extra effects here on the hair. I'm assuming you just swap it out like any other SH Figure Arts thing here. Yep, the bangs come out right there, slide it back on there, and then you get that fully charged Izuku. A bunch of different poses you can do with this. You don't have to have all the effects on there. You can have some articulation also on all these little effect pieces. That's pretty awesome, pretty sweet. But those aren't the only effects you get. You also get this little book that's right here, which has some of his scribbles and notes. In the show, Izuku's constantly writing stuff down, taking notes. It kind of mutters to himself and like goes to another world. So this is a pretty awesome effect. They got some pretty accurate details on here, as you can see in this image right here, that it matches whatever scribblings on the back of the pad, even down to the bottom of this compost right here. It says compost on there. Pretty accurate little thing, but you don't just get a notebook without anything to write with. You also get this tiny little pen. It's going to be very easy to lose. And we also get this little effect because Izuku, like I said, is often like muttering to himself with like a little word bubble popping up against his head whenever he is doing that. So you can pose him up, set him up writing, muttering, because you do get not one but two stands. One stand for the figure and one stand for the effects. Effects like these that are right here, these two different smashes. Like I said, I'm a videographer, I'm an artist. I love good graphic art. Like, this is pretty awesome graphic art to have. When you're posing up your figure and you have him in battle, it's nice to have just like a smash pop up. So he's smashing it. You got this orange one and you got this yellow one. You also saw those with All Might, so now you can have them both posed up, both smashing, because friends smash together. There's also two other effects that I didn't notice till just now, which are these pink effects. So you can add that to your figure and posing and have some variety. Now these fists are the only ones that have pegs for these effects, because although you do get a bunch of different hands, not all of them have peg holes. You get these slightly open palm hands for holding the pin and whatever else you want to slide in there to pose and have some fun with. You have these two open palm, slightly gripping hands for some good action poses. There's nice detail. The plastic on here is really good, and the painting, I don't know if it's different than the original release, but this isn't a pure white. This is kind of like almost a tan. You can really see this isn't just plastic, like there's actual like paint over this. And then my favorite pair of hands is gonna be these right here, which is these thumping hands, not shocker hands. 2005 college humor. If you don't know, in the show, Izuku is able to find that he's able to focus his powers by just like thumping and using one finger, because at the beginning, every time he uses his powers, something breaks. And then the funnest, but also like the most annoying, and probably I won't use that much accessory, is gonna be all these different eyeballs. Although it's a fun idea, you can change out the eyes so that you have different faces. I mean, each one of these has different details, as you can see here. This one's a little bit more bugged out. You have some angrier eyes, looking to the front, looking to the side. But it's really a pain to like switch all these out, and it's easy to lose. Now you do get this little extra tool that you're able to take the eyes out and just pop them out, like so. Then you can see here his face plates just kind of look like one of those 1980s Halloween masks. And then you just take one of these extra pair of eyes and you slot it into the back there. You can do it by hand, but it's a little easier just to use the tool to push in there to make sure you get them fully in there. Pop them in, and there you go. You have them looking to the side, and a bunch of different eyes variations to go by. And there you have it. Finally, a Revoltech review that I didn't break anything on the figure during the review. That makes me happy. This reissue seems to be better than the original. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the original one, but I'm glad I have this one because this one seems to be solid. The plastic's good. The engineering's good. It also gets me excited for that SH Figure Arts Izuku that's coming out later next year. Luckily, like I said, he gets different suits, so they're doing a different iteration of the suit. You guys let me know in the comments, are you a fan of My Hero Academia? What's your favorite episode? What's your favorite arc? Who's your favorite character? Comment down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, notification bells. And if you haven't seen any of my other My Hero Academia Revoltech reviews, you're gonna wanna click this playlist right here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll see you guys next time.